Welcome, welcome. As you can see, some of the stuff is going crazy tonight. Welcome, Scott. Thank you, babe. I don't know why the little other camera is not getting picked up. That one is, but why isn't the round cam getting picked up? That's weird. Flicker. I don't know what's going on with this camera. Hopefully I didn't short it out. Hey, welcome. Trolling for dollars. Ooh, is Nightbot actually going to work? Doesn't look like it. So it shows up in my chat console, but it's not showing up on screen. Do y'all see Nightbot showing up or no? Not that I really want to use Nightbot, but there are a couple of features that might make it a little easier. HE3D Pro, welcome. All right. Okay, so it's showing up on, okay, that's weird. I don't know why it's not showing up in the main on-screen chat. Oh, all right, so. Oh, where's that cable going? See, it shows on here. That is so weird. So it looks like both timers are going to be going off. Man, if it's after 1 a.m., hey, go to bed. But thanks for having an awesome stream. Thanks for stopping by. Where's imaging? Yeah. I wonder if that other webcam finally just died. Though it's being detected in the system, so I don't know. It says it's up to date. If we uninstall it. To search for now. a modified version of OBS. It's the Streamlabs version. But it's my round webcam that's kind of old and kind of crappy. It's not wanting to show up now. It should be center of the screen right now. How's it going, Carl? I know, right? Time for the MC. I don't know. After this latest complete rebuild of the PC, because I had other issues, man, this. All right, let's try that real quick. Max. Okay, main round cam. Delete it. Okay. Yeah, I swapped it over to that one a minute ago. Alright, let's try adding that again. Video capture device, add. There we go. Round cam, add new source. And nope. Yeah, I can get my big camera to show. Oh well. Probably something that I did on the docking station here that, you know, messed things up. Who knows? Oh, I think I just figured out what it was. So it was plugged into the eSATA port, and I think I told it to, in the BIOS when I was redoing everything, to not use eSATA, though it's a eSATA / USB like combo port on the docking station. I'm thinking that might be what it is, because now it's trying to auto install the audio part of the device, so maybe that's what it was. It was getting hung up and not fully installed. Let's try that again real quick. So deactivate. Show. I don't know. Oh well, we'll just work with the crazy little camera right here. So, give you a quick tour. Sorry, it's probably going to be shaking for a minute. we have added sidewall 1 with the power strip, or the power switch, and the network cable to go to the Pi. There's the bottom of the network cable right there in the bottom edge. Got the intake fan to kind of circulate air underneath, though I may need to swap that fan around and have it blow out. I don't know yet. Got it on the risers. Got the last panel that's gonna seal it up when I'm done. I've got the board on the floor, and that's what I was printing off the last little bits to get like the power supply installed, so I can put the Pi mounted in there. I've already got the board turned upside down, hooked up. I took the spool holder from the KLP, so it holds it there, and then got the zip tie, or the zip strip, both sets of springs. Got the MC in the background there. And so basically it's going to end up looking like the Delta, or the KLP, where I've got it all boxed up. Got the side fan with the cable mount, and then let's see if I can get it over here. Then I got the power and network plugged in over there. Got a failed print right now, but yeah, so that's kind of what was going on with that. And then I've got a MKS TFT 32 version 4 touchscreen. That's what I was trying to print out, was the what you call it, the case for it, but apparently my console decided that Marlin 2.0 is just gonna start going crazy. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I swapped the console's original screen for the one that was on the HE3D, since it's going to be going to a touch screen anyway. Yeah, power supply is going to be underneath. Yeah, I may need to change that. Hold on. I can't read anybody's name as it pops up because that blue is just a bit too crazy. Hold on. Let me go studio, base, go chat box, font, why, what? Okay, that's weird. I didn't even put that color text on there, and that's doing something weird. Hold on. Always got to be a fun night, right? Chat art. Yeah. Background color, text color. So where's that other blue number coming from? That's not it. Okay, I'll worry about it later. Okay, and now it's red. I don't know. Gonna get a bracket mounted to the wall. Okay. Sounds good. So. Here's my handy dandy board that I'm gonna mount the power supply to. Just printed off. It's the Ender 3 bracket mounts for the PSU. They were wonderful. It pretty much got them on like almost every single power supply. They do a really good job at mounting. Alright. What material is that? MDF from Lowe's. Or Home Depot, excuse me. It was a 2x4 sheet for like $6, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the cap goes on like that, and then I get two mounting screw holes on either side, and you slide on the other end. Of course, the scale is not right when you first get it, and I've had to play with it a couple times to do it. Welcome, Michael. Tanner, welcome. Just booted off. Oh, you didn't have to do that, Llama. Appreciate it, though. That's a tight fit on here. Oh. And then like that. So got the nice, I mean, granted the vent clips don't do anything, but at least it gets it a solid wall to not scoot around. But yeah, just mount those 4 spots, and I haven't had any issues on like any of my other printers. I just gotta remember where I put those awesome wood screws that were the short, fat ones. They're not in there. Where did I put them? Oh, and just in case anybody was wondering, or if I seem a little more spacey than usual, I had to go to the doctor yesterday because apparently I have a major ear infection. So I get the one-sided hearing, the wonderful nausea from the medication, all good things, right? But it was just the other day, so you know, it was only like day 2 of the meds, but I've been dealing with it for like 2 weeks, so you know. It is thin MDF. I'm trying to remember. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. I thought I set the receipt out in case anybody had asked. See, that's the utility blades. That's not. It's the wrong receipt. Is it this one? So they list it as 1/8 of an inch 2x4 tempered hardboard. Right? No, that's the that's what I used for the sidewalls of the stupid printer. So it may have been just a 2x2 sheet of MDF. It was in the cheap pile. But yeah, it's not that thick. Where's my calipers? Just there they are. Tell you right now, because I didn't even 1/4 inch. So it's like 2x2 by 1/4 inch. So once I get this stuff built, we'll actually have like organizational room to remember not to lose stuff. So I always set it down and I start getting sidetracked on other projects everywhere. Where's the baggie? Big spools. There. Oh, of course. Well, I think I got some under cabinet screws from when I was doing the child safety locks way back when. Right now I only need 2, and then the rest I can do later. We'll use these. Right, there's the second one. Alright. Ugh. Alright, so let me catch up. That's coming. Oh, Minnesota Baker, welcome. Oh, sorry, that's yeah, all the parts in the camera, that's for the HE3D. It's the main big delta that I've got. I'm going to try to hopefully finish the enclosure tonight. You know what? Those are going to be... Those are going to stick through. Try this. Still sticking through, but not near as bad. Or they barely start poking through, I should say. Let me get that mostly lined up. Alright. And like that, there your power supply is on. Okay. A lot of the other parts that I've been using are a lot thicker. This one just ends up being like one of the thinnest pieces. really need a screw tray organizer. I've got 5 of them, but I don't know what sizes to put things in, so I just kind of keep grouping them around. Okay, let's try. Hold on a second. Let's try this, see if that helps everybody. Alright. We'll just borrow the camera from the other printer. Okay, so that'll go in there. This we will just connect. So this. Yeah, that should work right there. Here's those 2 screws that I just had. Alright. Install the Pi. Oh. Alright, those 2 should hold. That will there. Let's lift this bad boy up. Based off of the power plug here. Have to turn these 2 around. No. Apparently my overhang was not quite enough. Well, fiddlesticks. Alright, well, let's just get the main part figured out here. So apparently I didn't, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I didn't measure the overhang right, so the very bottom edge is like, what, almost a saw blade too thick. Maybe twice a little saw blade. I don't know how thick that is. Where's my caliper? See, I keep sitting down stuff. There it is. What are we looking at? Looking like maybe 2 millimeters over. Alright, let me see. Wow, I missed a lot. Oh, hey, Jake from State Farm. Recovering from last night. Yeah. Concrete. Yeah, epoxy ceiling. 3D Medic Vents, welcome. Yeah. Yep. All right, so I can't really hand cut it that easy. I mean, I could kind of score it. Because these were these are the feet that I printed that technically they failed because it was like the last like almost 2.5 millimeters left to go, and that's when it detached from the bed, or the middle one did, and because I also ran out of filament off of that one spool and I was going to change it anyway, but I didn't quite catch it in time. So I can either reprint these or try to just like cut away like about 2 millimeters worth of yeah, I'm gonna put a small riser under the feet anyway, so it's not just flat surface, but I was mainly just trying to get the bulk of it done. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to either trim it or reprint. Either way is not looking like fun regardless. Okay, well, so network cable would go like that. There's my regular. Regular screwdriver. Thought I just had it. Yeah. Cork feet? Okay. Well, I do have I'll have an extra cork pad though. I mean, I was thinking since I actually have some TPU, there was a small set of like hard print top part, and then the round circle is TPU. So I was kind of thinking that that would be kind of cool, but I don't know. Maybe just get some actual just cork or some spare cork, because that actually I'm gonna use for my the kids printer when I do that one. All right, well. Well, fiddly sticks. I think for tonight, just because of that, and I just realized I'm gonna still have to stretch to get the pie connected. And there's a couple of things I did not think this through. Alright, so even if I get the switch connected, I can't power the Pi because I don't have a buck converter yet. Because this is a 24 volt power supply. But then I just realized that the case fan, or the exhaust fan that I put on here, is also a 12 volt. And I don't think there's a step down on the board itself that would let me tap in. Alright, well, we may just end up doing the other stuff tonight anyway. Alright, well, at least get the Pi booted back up. So we can use that to do some stuff. We will put some of this together and then TPU feed. Oh, nice. Well, if you wouldn't mind sharing their llama, I would love to look at it and see how it works. Yeah, because I can't. I don't know if I can even find it where I had saved it. I don't know if I even saved it, to be honest. But yeah, I picked a set that was I think it was more for the console, but of course over half of the parts that I've printed on here for this HE3D have all been just standard console parts, because the corner rounds are the same. You know, that angle, of course that might be for most deltas, I don't know. But so far they have all been working, so let's see, did I even save the feet? I'm not seeing them. Of course, I could have put it under a different collection. Okay, so this was version 1 that I had saw. I'll post it here in the chat for you guys. Nope, don't need that. Need that. There we go. So that was the first one that I saw. And I was thinking of doing those, and then okay, maybe it's under the 280 collection. No, I didn't save it there either. Crap. Yeah, because it wasn't like the tennis ball one or the racket balls. No, that's not it. There they are. Found them. Ah, it was because it was labeled as like Spanish, so I didn't remember which one it was. That's why. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so the second one, that's the one that I was thinking of. It's a two-part print. It's got the hard piece and then just a little TPU kind of insert you just drop right in, and then I thought that was kind of cool. And I have almost that, well, it's a little bit darker color TPU, but I figure I don't use a TPU for anything else. It's a little bit harder of a TPU. It's, I think it's the 92. Oh, let me see. Oh. Okay, so it's the Hatchbox Blue TPU. Yeah, go main screen. Hold on. So this is what it is. But it doesn't say like shore hardness or anything on there. So I don't know what one. I'm guessing Hatchbox only sells one type, or this is old enough that at the time they only had one type. I don't know for sure. But it's a Pantone blue. I know that's just the color, but I mean, yeah, it just says it's 1.75 TPU, and it doesn't say anything else. Or at least nothing else that I've seen. But that's the blue that, or the TPU blue that I've got. It's kind of close to that. It's my specialty bucket of all my Pet G and my one TPU, and then my 3 $1 printers of ABS. If anybody else gets the joke. Drop some wires on that. Where's my cool, awesome set of clippers? I swear my head will fall off. Wasn't already attached. Let's, yellow, it is. Through here. Actually, reach it. Love this little kit. I guess if anybody know offhand, does the oh, awesome! Thanks for the subscription there. Though I don't see you in chat. Maybe it was just an outside one. That's cool. Either way. Yeah, on 105. All right. I'm going to try 3D printing. What they have like some different. Sweet. Yeah, Llama. Actually, that TPU. Oops. Unlock this stupid door. This amount of the cleaning filament and the original Hatchbox black that pretty much has printed all these black parts. I ended up getting all 3 of those things for 30 bucks. The guy already got rid of his printer. It was like right before I moved from Texas up here is when I got them. So I've had it for a little bit. Normally, yeah, I look for deals like that, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna definitely check them out. But yeah, that's kind of why I got them, because he was ready to throw it out, and I was like, I'll take it. I've never printed with TPU, but the cleaning filament was pretty cool. It actually helped me with this E10 when I first got it, and then, well, I kind of use it on a little bit of everything sometimes. So, I mean, I thought for 30 bucks, Hatchbox PLA and the cleaning filament alone, not to mention the TPU, that was pretty good deal. Yeah, I know. I really wanted to, Scott. It just things were going really crazy at that time, and then trying to also make sure that my job was still okay with me moving, and so the timeline got all kind of crazy. Alright, so got most of the wires all hidden and wrapped, except for the extruder part that I just dropped in. But this, my whole side already popped off. That almost went bad. Good save on my part. Alright, move that down for now. We'll turn this around. Alright, let's get this plugged in at least. And we'll go from there on figuring out what else we can, if we can get that video card or the new touchscreen working tonight. Says positive multiplier, yes. Even, oh, sorry. Swap the video camera here. Oh, no. I'm just hooking up the motherboard to the power supply real quick. Our main board, however you want to call it. think I might cut these factory flat ones. Put regular spade connectors on it. That flat side, I don't know. Plus, it's a really long cable. I have a feeling I'm missing something though. Let me flip this printer over so I can look at the board. Okay, so that's the heat bed. Okay. Is there another thermistor? One, two. So that's for that probe. This is for that fan. Do I have more cable out? Sorry, my OCD of cable wrap is just like driving me nuts right at the moment. Alright, so this... Where is this double black one going? It's going through here. Is that the thermistor? Yeah, okay, so this is the hot end thermistor. Thermistor, and then the bed thermistor. Thermistor, there we go. We are now connected. Told you this wire management OCD is driving me nuts. I've got the double announcements going. My bad, guys. Awesome, Tanner. Thank you. I know you're kind of a busy man. Alright, so we will do super basic cable management wrap on these wires so it doesn't get too far away there. That was with that. Okay, so this is for the bed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up trimming these. Not right now, but I just want to fire this thing up and get the touch screen working. Alright, so in order to do that, let's go ahead and plug in the standard screen connector. Do, yeah, EXP1 does the screen, and then this on the auxiliary. And we'll connect that in just a second. Alright, missing fan. So I'm gonna have to see if there's like an open servo pin. Oh, yep, there's a couple of them right there. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do almost like a Molex connector. Right? Molex? DuPont connector, sorry. To connect to one of these servo pins. And maybe I can use that as like the case fan, right? Does anybody? I'm sure somebody will know and correct me on the MKS Gen L V1. If there's another set of pins that I can use for a case fan, kind of like the auto fan, like I'm doing on the KLP. I've actually got it set up so that it goes on for about a minute and then it'll shut it off. We'll just feed that through the hole here. So I'll worry about the heated bed later. Alright, well. Alright, power plug. Alright. Yellow is ground. It's like brown is live and blue is neutral. Ah. Hold on, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So apparently major issues at work. Go figure. Okay, alright. Let's do initial fire up. Make sure the old screen, which I know has dead pixels, but at least we'll make sure that it at least boots. That scared me. Alright, so I do have that connected right. I don't know if you can. Oh, come on. There we go. That's a good angle. Yeah, so those dead pixels right there on the side, if you watch when it does the initial boot up, let's see if I can make sure I can get this in frame here. Alright, screen dead. But watch when it initial boots. All the lines are there, and then it goes haywire. It's the weirdest thing. Alright, but anyway. Alright, let's get this hooked up. I've already got the firmware on the card. So we will see about this touch screen. See if we get it to prop up a bit. Can you even, no, I can't see from right there. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's fire this bad boy up. Ooh. Alright, so it's updating. That's so nice. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, we have a touch screen. All right, let's see. Tools. Let's try it at home. Oh yeah, got a home. That is awesome. I don't have the bed installed, so. Well, that is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't have the Wi-Fi. I might have to figure out some of these other little things out here. Oh, that's actually telling the extruder fan to. Oh no. Okay, that is the part fan. Oh, okay. So I got the fans plugged in backwards. That's why it was doing that. Well, that is pretty awesome. Alright, let's shut the bad boy off and disconnect the old screen. Only worry about the new screen. Alrighty then. That was pretty awesome. So now I get to make custom commands. I don't think I'll make too many of them, but you know, it's pretty cool. I'd like it if that would have worked on like more printers, but like the Tri-Gorilla doesn't have the auxiliary port. The Tronxy's already got a touch screen. The E10 definitely doesn't have the auxiliary port to even plug into. I mean, it's only got your LCD and J3, so can't use it on really anything else. But you know, hey, at least I got it for that one. Reuse that screen on the console, so I'm good with that. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so I need to bookmark that in my printers. Apparently I never did, or I took it away. Tronxy console. There we go. Alright. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Man, I'm just like knocking things out of the park today. Ooh, except that's a horrible camera. Yay! Alright. Let's see. What were we going to? I was gonna show a new what you call it? New view. Aw, it messed up the layout. Okay, that'll work. Let's do diesel one. Come on, don't take forever. There you go. Alright, so let's get some parts of printing. Printer STLs. We just had it do the. It's not the filaments. There it is. Any cubic. See, it's funny that like so many things are labeled just as like console this, console that. so there's the back of the screen, and then we need the mount. Oh, I see. That goes in the slide mount, and then I need. Ew, that's going to be a horrible print. Yeah, crapola. There we go. Okay, so I don't need that one. Alright. Much better, much better. That I can deal with. Okay. And then look, they even have a nice big old stand. Not that I'm going to print that right now, but that's pretty cool. Looks like you'd be just supports right there in the middle of the legs going straight up for this piece. That might be it. But got that weird line on the this is let's try bump it up to 80. Haven't really pushed this one too hard. Mainly just because I'm still trying to get it all dialed in, but let's see what kind of craziness we're going to be looking at. Yeah, those are going to fail. Yeah, I'm thinking those holes need it too. Alright, well, no, I can't. Never done this. Okay, so I've never actually used the multi-process with the Octoprint like disable feature on HE2 firmware. So that'd be interesting. Something else. That way, if any of them craps out, hopefully I can tell it to just cancel. So I know I can on regular Marlin, but I don't know how HE2 firmware will deal with it. So supposedly this TFT will let me have a direct USB that I can plug in and then print from USB, or still do SD card. So that is pretty neat if it actually does that. Alright, well, let's send this on over. Get it started. Why did it? I'm serious right now. Need it over there. Boop, 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 boop. Just get. What do you mean wrong keys working? Come on, show me how to print. There we go. Ugh. Ignore for right now. Okay, preheat Tronxy. There we go. Alright. So, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like it spiked up at the beginning. Here, I'll even cool so you can see it. Alright, so both are off. right? There's the actual temps. You can see the blue drop-off request line and the extruder request line, and of course the heat of the extruder right here at the beginning. Now watch. I hit preheat. The target temperature will show correctly, and then it'll change it to 60, though this thing still heats up like it's supposed to. Okay, 215 over 60. It starts to heat up, and then all of a sudden it like does the next update, and it says 60-60. So you get that little spike, but as you can barely see it on the edge now, the temperature is still rising. So it heats to the right temperature. It just, Octoprint, for whatever reason, with this double tool, it just doesn't know how to do it right. And I don't get it. Anyway, it's like, it's just the weirdest thing for me. Alright. But we'll go ahead and go back to the console. And we're going to have the front of the screen. And you guys can't hear me, right? Okay, well, I'm seeing the bar move. This is just a little bit quiet tonight. That's fine. Yeah, my watcher thing kind of went away. I don't know what I changed there. There we go. See, it's on there. There we go. See, they keep changing stuff. We got 5 watching, that's fine. Alright, so let me go back to, yeah, see the bed temp request line versus the line. So it's almost to 60. And you see it's holding at 215 just like I requested, but this just shows 60 for whatever reason. It's the strangest thing. Anyway, alright, let's connect to the printer. Well, let me see if my overseer works. I haven't played with that in a little bit. Of course, you gotta get logged into the other PC. Oh, it's because I didn't start it. Yeah, I've been trying to play with the new version 1.1 that he made, but I started playing with 1.0. I had a lot of issues. Then he released 1.1, and I just haven't gotten around to playing with it yet. I got to reinstall all the things for it and figure it out. Hey, does anybody know how in, I know it's a side question, but in like Discord, if somebody sent you a message and you haven't been watching the screen for a long period of time, how can you find out if they like called you, like, you know what I mean? Like if you can pull that back up. What's up, Carl? Oh, you're back. Yeah, because before I started the stream, like I could hear the music, but nothing was showing up on my screen. It was all black, and I was like, yeah, that doesn't look right. And then they were like, oh, just resize the screen just a little bit, and then it'll pop in. I got it working immediately, but then it's like, from that point on, like, I don't know, I'll figure that out later. Maybe I'll just send them a new tech support message later. Well, I didn't get, well, yeah, the touchscreen is good, or at least the initial touchscreen. I'm gonna have to play around with it more, but the MKS board, I would love to see if there's like a way to connect the case fan, because I forgot that, I mean, I still need a buck converter, but I don't want to plug both the case fan to be like an always on, along with the Raspberry Pi converter, because I didn't realize, I don't know why, I didn't think about it, but that power supply is a 24-volt power supply. So I'm going to need a buck converter 24 to 5, but the case fan is a 12-volt fan, because I don't have any other 24-volt fans. So, yeah, that'll make it interesting. Okay, so is Overseer going to work tonight? Let's try it. Looks like I got to add in the KLP because I never did. Alright, well, let's add that bad boy in real quick, and then we'll get to printing. Alright, let's flip that camera around, get that bed cleared off. Alright, let's get this thing printing. I know, right? I've got 4. Yes. That is the extruder wire for... Jeez, that sounded horrible. Okay, well, it seems to be printing all right. Alright, well that's right. But yeah, it was the extruder wire for the K280. And then my original attempt at making a longer BL Touch adapter for the E10, where my soldering skills are absolutely atrocious. Because I've got way too much solder and a melted JST connector. So yeah, that's not going to work. I don't even know where my other soldering iron is at this point. Alright, well the pass-through cable works on that, that works on that, so... I don't know, what'd you guys think of Flux is your friend? Yeah, well, I can use PWM for the fan. Okay, where would I plug it in on the MKS? Well, it's not that I didn't use Flux. It's just I'm using old Cat5 network cable, and it just, I mean, it was taking, well, plus I was using too big of a soldering iron, and it was like, it was just, wow, heat. Oh yeah, I did send the file to the Tronxy. Hold on, you're right. Alright, it's preheated. See, now if you look at the screen, heater 0 is correct. Heater 1, which I get because I don't have it, it's a single heater. But the front temp control is not showing the same data as the API Direct Connect. That is weird. Oh, hold on. Let me adjust the camera for you guys. Don't get that thing too close. And don't mind the PTFE2 in the way. Not enough, though. Probably just enough still off. Oh, okay. That should show the whole printer printing. Okay. Well, at least now the purple's working like it's supposed to. Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand is why heater 0, like every now and then, I guess it's just the format that Chit 2 is using, that it works within itself, but anything else trying to read it, it's not in the right order, I guess. I don't know. I don't have anything else that is like standard Marlin with dual extruder or more to get like what the code should be reading out that Octoprint can also read out to figure out between the two, like who has it more right or what would work better. I don't know. I don't know what the better answer would be on that one. Oh man. Alright, well, where's users? That's what it was. You say that, but I actually have the kids printer. I've got to print all the parts and build, and then we've got the donation thing bar over there for, you know, I'm collecting money as I get it in and do different stuff for the Mark III clone. So I mean, I've got 2 more. But yeah, Scott's got way more than me. That's okay. You know, I had one for the longest time, and that was the M3D. The little, I had the blue one, so it was the little blue cube. I had that for probably a good year. And then I got my ANET A8, had that for almost a year, and then got the Tronxy, which was dead for almost 8 months because I went too fast and broke too many things and didn't have the patience to fix it, and you know, I kept overthinking it and driving myself nuts. And then I got this Castle to make up for the fact that I couldn't get the the Tronxy working. And then I get the Tronxy working, and then I got this E10 that I still can't get working very well because it just, I don't know, it's got a lot of weird issues that, like, as soon as I think I figure it out, you know, it won't do anything, and then I get it working again. So yeah, don't feel bad. What's his name? Neries? For today's 3D print, I think the last live stream that I heard him answer, he has like almost 80 printers in a house that I bet you probably couldn't even get maybe 30 working at one time. I mean, because it's not just him in his house. I mean, granted, I don't think he's married, but he's got like 1 or 2 other roommates, and I mean, his stuff is just... Let me know if you TFT screen shows real-time printing over USB, because the only way to view all that is from SD card only. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely keep track of that, and we'll definitely be able to report back on throughout the week and or by next Saturday. Currently on the Tronxy, and I can't, it's hard to do it, but it stays on the home screen. It never changes anything unless I go over there and push the stats button to like look at the extruder temps. But even then, it doesn't show any print display progress. It doesn't take any of the commands, so the only thing I can ever go off of is Octoprint itself, unless I print direct from SD card on it. Then it does, you know, because you selected to print, then it gives you all the stats. It's the MKS Gen L V1. It's the factory board that came with mine, with my K280. So I see that it has a couple of open servo ports. But I don't know. Can I use? Is any of that going to come out as 12 volt that I can use as like I said, make it like an auto case fan that, you know, only kicks on when the steppers are actually being used, kind of like the Tri-Gorilla board, because that's what I've got set up, and that's pretty awesome. Alright, hold on. I gotta go get my medication, yeah, it's hitting my ear again. Hold on. What I miss in chat? Hold on. Did you send up on? Ooh. Okay. There we go. You can use this second extruder MOSFET. Okay, but is it going to push out at 12 volt or 24 volt? Because they gave me a 24 volt power supply. Yes, Scott. So the back and the mount are going to be black, and then the front cover is going to be purple to go along with all the other purple on there. Why is that corner lifting? Damn it! Okay, so it's the curve of it to begin with. Okay, hold on. By set to half? What? That's alright. I was just a little confused. I mean, I already know I need to buy a buck converter, like I said, to go from 24 to 5. Or at least a 24 to 12, and then find another 24, I mean, a 12 to 5 step down to do the pi. Though, if I can find it, I did see a pretty cool hack that someone did. It's 24 volt, but run at 50% to achieve 22. Oh, to between 12. Okay, how would I do that? That's something completely new to me. But yeah, I was saying, if I can find it, I saw a pretty cool hack that someone took a cheapie. There it is. Actually, I got it right there. So they took one of the car adapters, that's the USB little things, and they took it apart, which I'm fine with, and then they hardwired from, or they soldered a wire pin from the standard 12 volt power supply into this, and because this already takes 12 volt and then converts it down to 5 anyway, then I have a mini little buck converter readily available. So really all I need to do is get a 24 to 12 buck converter so that I can use the factory power supply and then to the 1 buck converter, and then tie this off of it, off of one set of the port, and then also piggyback, I guess, the fan onto it, and then I've got, well, but I don't want an always on fan. That's the only thing. I would, but the thing is, I wanted to try to get, and see, I'm still debating on like making that change as well on the, oh, set the fan to 20, or, oh, okay. But I thought you said put it on the extruder. Did I read that wrong? Yeah, but the extruder MOSFET, that's not a fan MOSFET. I don't know. Like I said, that's new territory for me. No USB and straight SD card and prints fine at least to start calibrating. Okay, so no USB and straight SD card and it prints fine. So not connected to your computer, but printing from the SD card on the screen, it prints it just fine. I'm understanding that right? Ah, okay. All right. Well, I got a good multimeter, so I'll play with some stuff. But yeah, my goal was to hopefully be like the E10 and the Tronxy, where the Raspberry Pi can have its own kind of independent standby power so that I can always reach it. And then that way, you know, I can use it with the plug-in to turn on and off the printer half. And what I'm thinking I might do is get that little the PoE hat for the Pi, because I've got a PoE injector, and then I can get it where, you know, it'll detect the PoE to turn it on and keep it on, and then once that is kind of going and all that jazz, then the main power when the printer is on should supply it, and then it just go, oh, okay, well, you've got, you know, you're getting that power kind of regardless. I don't know. Like the E10, I've got two power supplies, one to control the Pi and all the accessories like the lights and everything else, and then, well, right now that's the only other thing, but it's planned to be able to power everything else. Yeah, I've got, yeah, but Sonoff is also an inline power, so I'd still have to find a way to split the inline power just to the Pi so that I can use that part to like cut off main voltage. You know, I've already got the Wi-Fi plugs back there, so they're already like like right now it's going from Wi-Fi plug into the console, but that console is powering both the printer and the Pi because of the buck converter in it. So if I'm doing it that way, then if I tell the Wi-Fi power plug-in to turn the power strip off, then it shuts off everything, and then I can't turn it back on. So, but like the E10 here that used to be the A8, I've got it on two different power supplies. So the one is the 30 amp controlling basically everything with the printer, and then the second one is controlling the Pi and any other accessory like both sets of lights and anything else. So the Tronxy is actually doing a partial mix. So I've got it, the Pi is directly plugged into the wall, so it always has power. But then the printer is got the double power supply, you know, through it. Yeah, it's fucking peeling up. Just that one corner too, and it's already gotten that far into it. That's what irritates the hell out of me sometimes. It's like 37% done. You do more. I just sprayed it with alcohol right before. Just PLA. Normally the bed at 50 hasn't been an issue, but I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I pretty much don't pray in any ABS, especially now that I got rid of that maker farm. I don't like. I think I got like 30 meters total of ABS between those three 10-meter $1 printers. Well, I mean, the Ultra Base for me has been, let's see, I've got it on 2 of the 3 printers now. About to be, you know, 3 of the 5. Because I've got a spare one for the kids printer. They work decently on most things. I haven't really had too many issues. Plus, I really love just being able to flick it and the parts come like right off. I'll raise the bed temp just a little bit. Well, the Tronxy is normal glass with just the PEI sheet on it, and it works fantastic. Or Kapton tape. What, I don't know what the hell it is. I guess what, Kapton tape? Because I got the long roll. I just don't know where it's at right offhand, but yeah, if it ever rips up anything, I just put some more on there and I'm good to go for a while. And usually what comes off is me using the scraper a little too hard. I'll probably try one of these days here, Scott, and just do the Tronxy with just the straight glass. I mean, it couldn't hurt. That glass is fantastic already. And then this K280, I don't know what type of glass that they used on it, but that thing, I haven't had to put anything on it. I just clean it, everything sticks like first shot. So, but I probably will never do Pit G on that one, but you know. Hold on. Let me make sure what's going on. It's still, oh. Why? That's weird. Okay. Yeah, you still prefer build tech, any cubic. I think some of it is because it's too like long. It's like jumping it. I don't know. Carl, yes, I have a Pi per printer. Let's see, TK, I still prefer build tech. Any HE3 has one. I don't use long printing. To stop the machine and use the restart function. My under threes. Glue stick on a new sheet of build tech just to remove the prints of build tech. $200. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15. Only about 150. But that's even going off at the $30 price, and I've been able to get a couple of them at good deals. Where like one of them I paid like $20, one I think I paid $22, because they're not all the new 3B plus. I've only got 2 of those, and those were $30 a piece. Though I caught them on sale to only be $30. I've got a Pi 2B, and then just a regular Pi 3. It wasn't the B plus. It was just the original B, or original 3. But I do have a virtual Pi that I can create however many more. Like technically, the Overseer program you're watching now is a Pi-based program, and I'm running that on a virtual, so I don't have to, you know, buy another device just for that little program. The Filament database is technically running on its own virtual Pi. So yeah. Oh, I've just been using the reused. I don't use any of the official power supplies. I'm either using the buck converters that are attached directly to the printer's power supply, or extra phone tablet chargers that I've inherited that have all been like the 2 amp or 3 amp on some of them, and I'll run that. And then all the cabling has all been, because I'm in computer repair. I mean, people throw away stuff all the time, so I've inherited quite a lot. Now, granted, these are only the 1 amp chargers, the Apple ones. Oh, come on. But I mean, I got plenty to spare. I can always hijack another cable. Another cable or 2 or 3 or 5, whatever. There's some tweezers. Alright, let's get that reprinting. Hey, welcome, Craig. Okay. Let's maybe try to print something. Oh, now that I got other people, it just dawned on me too. Has anybody else had issues on Marlin 2.0? Yeah, it's sounding odd. It sounds weird on 2.0 for some reason. There's something with a homing feed rate or movement feed rate, something that's off, even though the numbers are the same. But I've noticed too, I was trying to do a baby step adjustment earlier, and I got, like, I double clicked where normally you would see the baby step menu, and it didn't show it to me, which it's supposed to. So it just had tune, so I went to tune, and then it shows the Z offset. So I was like, okay, maybe they renamed it a little bit weird on 2.0. I made one click. The machine froze up right then and there. I mean, everything, the extruder fan, the movement, everything just shut off. And it wouldn't do anything until I actually power cycled it. It wouldn't even let the, Octoprint reconnect. It said it was trying to open the port and then it wouldn't open it. And I couldn't figure that one out. What in the world are you doing? What the hell is this? That's looking like garbage. And the extruder temps are just all over the place. I have to have it do another PID. That is just... Control, fan on. I might have to go over to the other page here. Okay. Oh, Scott, that was the Scott Lethine, I think is how you pronounce his name. The main Marlin guy. It will change the timing of the drivers to update to 2.0 based on your XYZ driver type settings, but that shouldn't have any negative effect on movement or printing. Also recommended to use junction deviation going forward. All right. Well, you don't have to set the driver type, but if you don't, then it says in there that it'll auto assume A4988 drivers if you don't specify. And what I've done is even on those that are 4988, I still specify, just because I want to make sure that it's using the right thing. What's up? Huh? Assuming what? Oh. Huh? Not that I can think of. Yeah, but it still sounds weird. Is this for my console? Yes. Okay, so bam, and we will go bam, desktop. Alright, so this is what I have sent to my console. Let me get down to it. There's the calibration, plugs, inverting. There we go. So he actually has in the stepper driver set right here that A4988 is assumed for unspecified driver. I know it says you can override the timing options, but I don't know what they should be, you know, because the console comes with the 4988 drivers. I mean, I know he's got all these other types, and then you just put in, you know, any one of these, and so it knows what to put it at. But I mean, I've identified that XYZ are all the 4988. So, but I don't have junction deviation turned on. I mean, I could probably change like some of this max acceleration. I mean, I just have, these are the same settings that were, let me see. Fine. Oh, I think it's in Advanced H. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so junction deviation. Let's see. Thought I remember it saying somewhere else that the junction deviation is supposed to be better than just regular jerk, but I don't remember anything else about it. That's why I just never turned it on. It's not on by default. But yeah, in the main configuration H, it doesn't say anything about deviation. So I didn't know like what to change it to or anything. And then like in here on the Advanced H, I don't know what I would change, you know, the 4988s to be. Because that's the only thing I see right in here is the minimum delay. But that's to override the default. Minimum stepper pulse. I guess that's the values he's talking about changing in the other page, but I don't know. Because honestly, I noticed the same type of weirdness on 1.1.9 versus 1.1.8, because 0.8 doesn't have a driver type selection, but 0.9 does, and 2.0 does, and both of them, it's so weird. Sometimes it's not that loud, sometimes it definitely is that loud, so I don't know like what would be causing it. Especially not to know like how to even fix it. Alright, so it says it completed my auto tune. Apply, save. Verifying the terminal that it did it. So wow, it's definitely changed. Okay, well. Let's try that. See if that one works. See if it does any better on. Try number 3. Oh. Oh, awesome. So now I get a heater error, and it killed the printer. Because it shot all the way up to 215 pretty good, and then it just do-do-do-do-do-do. Yep, Tronxy's still just printing along. Doing pretty good, Wiley. Welcome. I wonder if that's... So yeah. Alright, well, that time the heater seems to be working just fine now. So weird. Well, let's try to print. Man. to turn. Just realized none of my studio lights are on, so. I don't know if that'll help any. Ugh. Yeah. It's just. You know, it's something with this Rhino PLA. I don't get it. In this console, it always messes up. It doesn't matter what I print. But if I do pretty much any other color, it works just fine. Shit. Why does it do that? Alright, there, Carl, if you got a line to Scott, maybe you can ask him, why in the world did the behavior of the M600 part command all of a sudden go from, if I want to raise 20, like I've got it, but the machine is already homed, why does it still try to move past your end stops? Because it's already homed at the top. And if you hit the color change, just like I did, or filament change, so that it swaps my, or does my unload command, it just tries to fight it to go the plus 20 regardless of if the text said it's homed or not. That's just ludicrous to me. I don't understand. And it's only been doing this under 1.19 or 2.0. It didn't even do that under 1.19. This is like just the weirdest thing. Well, where's my E10? Just get the yellow out of it, and then we'll put it in the Delta, and I bet you it'll still work just fine. Well, it is supposed to be relative that, you know, you can use the same parking definition of, you know, like I've got to go to X, Y, 0, but then Z go plus 20, so it'll raise it above the part when I do a normal filament change. But just the unload command now under 2.0 now has an extra feature of it also, because it's not a standard 600, it's just an unload. It knows to heat and then, you know, do the eject part, but for whatever reason, only on 2.0. Now it also wants to raise it. I like have to make sure that I do not home, or I'm not in home position on the Delta before I do the unload command. Otherwise, it'll do it to me every time. I almost want to turn on safe homing like I did on the 280, so that after it hits home position, it drops it down just a bit, because that would offset, you know, if I do just a turn on home, let it do that drop down, then I do an unload command, it would raise it, do its thing, and then drop it right back down, and I'd still be good, and it wouldn't like try to bottom out, or yeah, bottom out on the end stops. I'm gonna get the yellow out, and then I'm just gonna test a yellow on this Delta here. Something's weird. Oh, maybe I'll put the purple in the E10 and try to have it print as well, and see if maybe it's just something going on with the Delta. I don't know. Oh, but Scott, I found it's like for the Ender 3, but it'll fit on that the 5015, or not 5015. These little mini radials that are on the E2. So I went to print one of these to see if maybe I could like duplicate it, rotate it around, so I got one piece that'll connect into both fans, and then it'll channel the air both directions. Yeah, that wouldn't work either. This thing, one, is not tall enough, but the base is also not wide enough, and then on top of it, the ring would like half sit on the block because it's not far enough back to like offset around it. So because it feels like their factory one is like the holes are too wide of an angle. So like, I don't know, if this was, you know, if you're looking at the like tip of the nozzle, like the air is blowing out here and not blowing more like down, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's too pulled back too far. Like the case itself is just too wide. But so I was trying to think of something maybe low profile, like a flat ring that, you know, I could come from either side, be a little bit closer, but I don't know. I mean, it's not that it prints bad, it just, I noticed that on some things that need overhangs, you can tell that it's not quite there on the cooling. So it's suffering a little bit. But it may just be too much work to really get it working. Put the yellow in, like I said, and we'll swap the purple out. think it's just the purple. It's weird that the E10 is still saying offline. It's weird that it buffers the video feed to go that fast to catch up. I mean, it's got... Oh, there it goes. Now it's idle. Guess it just took a little longer than expected. That's just the video. Not the real thing. Although that would be pretty cool if it did move that fast for real. But once I get a few more parts printed, that's... Oh, what are you complaining about now? Well, that sucked. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, huh, honey? Jeez. I know, right? Used to be my KLP was like my go-to printer. It did everything on the first shot. Didn't even have to like try to be nice to it. It just performed, and now it's finally. I think it's just that purple. But yeah, the Tronxy was the worst one. Now it's just rocking it out. Now that I got that throat piece figured out. Though I need to see, that'd be awesome if maybe you could talk to Tronxy and make available on their website or your website those specific throats that they're using in that, because I can't find those anywhere else. All right, we're back up to temperatures. Let's print this bad boy. Whoa! Almost took out my whole desk. All right, I already told you to cancel. There you go. Are you doing it? E10 is really starting to become a pain in my ass. I really need to get the BL touch thing working, because I don't know why it keeps like messing with the bed leveling all the time. Well, that's why I was trying to find out if it was just the purple filament, but the E10 always seems to have a few issues. I was hoping it finally wouldn't, but you know, I can't be that lucky. Well, no, Scott. I know that Capricorn, you know, or even like the baggie of extra throats that I got. I mean, the inner liner works on that too. It's just all the ones that say that they're for a Cyclops hot end, that these are all supposed to be drop-in replacements. The throat, or the top of the throat, where the Y connector would go in, like these. And it won't focus. But anyway, these are set up so that the PTFE tube goes into the hole and then touches so that it makes the path. But what's in there is that really wide V-neck that goes almost from the very outer edge all the way down to the inner diameter that it's supposed to be. And I can't find those throats. It's not so much the throat with the liner, but it's just the throat with the very top piece. It just, that's what I can't figure out. Ah. Man, my ear hurts. Connect the fan to your second extruder. Test with M106P2 S128. Yeah, I mean, I would rather have the mixing style. But, you know, Scott, the other thing, too, that would be really nice is if they're going to give you the special kit that has the second extruder, why can't that extruder tensioner be just like the factory one? Or make it part of the kit that if you're going to do an E2 and a factory fed E2 has two, what are they called? The clone Titans. Put that in the kit. Give me two Titans so that I can go, oh, well, on the second motor that you're giving me for the kit, it comes with the Titan, but then you need the second Titan clone to go on your drop-in factory one, and then you'll be good. I mean, that would be nice, because right now, I mean, I would be on the hook of getting two Titan clones that don't chew the hell out of the plastic gears like that other one did, and then I'd be okay. Alright, Carl, so we're going to try real quick. There's my meter. How am I going to do this? Alright, Carl, well, we're going to have to safely do that off camera, because I'm going to have to move a lot of stuff to get situated where I can hook everything in like I need to safely to check the voltage. So I'll do that after, and I will definitely keep you posted on that one. There we go. I am. Save it. That should hopefully update on the page. So it looks like it's just the purple in the KLP. It's fighting it. So I may have to print, because the purple print's fine on the Tronxy. So I may have something going on with that console. I'll probably need to double check the hot end, like I said, and make sure everything is spot on. Because yeah, I mean, I'm still, even after that last PID, I mean, it's bouncing. I mean, it's losing. A couple of times it lost 5 degrees, but then overshot by 2 degrees. So you overshot 2, under by 4, and then right back to over by 2.5. So yeah, I might have a loose wire. I'm gonna check that. Oh, jeez. Too much, man. You're too much. But again, I've been making a lot of headway. I mean, I'm done building the case, at least for this KLP. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Everything looks good. Everything functions like it's supposed to, and that's the same thing that I'm going to do now on this big behemoth. So now I've only got just a little bit more to finish up on it, and then it'll be good to go. So I'm hoping by next weekend that'll be done. So I've already got the panels cut. Apparently I just got to trim them a little bit, because I really don't want to reprint those towers again. I mean, I can, but I really don't want to. I mean, just for 2 more millimeters. I mean, it'd be really nice if I had like a little mini router that I could take off, you know, 2 millimeters, just tap it to the side of that and just go and just cut a 2 millimeter dip, and then I wouldn't have to trim anything else. I could just straight set it on there. But the side with the big fan, it did end up like cracking when I would put it in. So I mean, I got plenty of panel board, so I mean, I can always cut myself a new one, you know. Plus I wanted to spray paint some of the edging so that it's all black like on the KLP. So that might be a thing that I do, and you know, just get it looking better. But hopefully, yeah, next weekend everything will be configured and put back together. Where if we're gonna play with anything, it's just gonna be software wise, and everything else hardware is all tidied up. I'm glad that TFT was super easy to put in. So now all I got to do is do any custom menus that I want. I got to figure out if there is anything else that I really want on there. Make sure I got the menu layout, but everything else seems to be working just fine on it. So that was definitely awesome. Now I just got to get it mounted. So But yeah, let's see, do I know? Yeah. Well, I think that'll pretty much do it for the night. So appreciate everybody stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. We did some cool little things, and you know, not as much as I wanted to, but you know, hey, it's kind of how printers go. But please share, like, subscribe, pass it on to your friends, all that good jazz. If you would like to support, there's links below on how to support. You can also do the donation thing to help out with the Mark III clone if you want. But yeah, other than that, we'll have a announcement coming soon, I believe. Just because with everything that was going on, we're going to do the giveaway next weekend. So watch out for that. I'll definitely post it, all the details and everything with that. So yeah, have a good weekend. Have a good night. Thanks for being here, and we'll see everybody next week.